not able to.
No, sir. Still audio connecting. 1 minute. Let's check. Okay. Malati ma'am.
Sir, yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning, ma'am.
Sir, Bharat, sir, I just wanted to talk to you. Can I call
Yes,
you now?
Yes, ma'am.
Just you check your audio. Sir?
Yes, sir.
Just you can unmute the guest. He is going to sharing that.
Give me a minute.
Stable.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now my audio is...
Very much clear, sir. Very much clear, sir.
I will... All of a sudden now it's asked for your mark. Robo nu kekudhu. Speakers.
Robotic.
OIM allowed inside.
Attendees, a small request. You will be only allowed to ask questions and answers in the Q&A session. And the Q&A session will be open in between the sessions. Any questions that you wanted to ask the panelist, you can definitely address those questions there. We will definitely, try and answer all your questions through this webinar. So we'll just be waiting for another few minutes. We just got around 100 participants right now. So we'll just be waiting for the others to join in. We'll give them 5 more minutes time and then we'll start off with the meeting.
Bharat,
Yeah.
am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Very much.
Yeah,
audible.
see, now the audio will be from here now. I have opened Zoom here for my audio. Now I am going to your email and click here to join.
Okay, sir.
It is asking me for registration, and I am giving it, and I am also saying I am not a robot, and I am not able to join the webinar.
The same email that I sent it to you, sir, yesterday?
Mail to rvkk@gmail.com. Yeah.
I had sent you an email, no, sir, yesterday, the same as a panelist.
Yes.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay. Again, it asks me for registration. So I am saying I am not a robot, and I am pressing it. And where to join?
I'm sorry, sir. It's not allowing you to join?
Oh, it's not allowing me to join.
I think same ID.
Mail to rvkk@gmail.com. Now our audio is fine. Now this
Yes,
video is...
Video, you're using a mobile phone or?
No, audio. For audio, I am using mobile phone.
Okay, sir. You can use it for the video also, so you can switch on the video
But
also.
my PowerPoint is in the laptop.
Understood. If you can share me the PowerPoint to my email ID, sir, I can share it and I will display it on the screen so that, yeah.
Excellent. That will be a fantastic thing to do.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So my video then will be from the mobile. Yeah. Motivation talk.
Yes, sir. You can switch on your video from your mobile, sir, and I can share the screen to everybody and we can take it up, sir.
Sure.
To all the students of grade 11 and 12, this session is organized for you to understand what would be your career perspective, how you should prepare yourselves right from the beginning. And that's what we're going to talk about. One thing that anybody is will definitely take you in. I think it will take another 5 to 7 minutes to complete this, and then we'll go live.
It is a 17 MB file. It's getting uploaded.
Okay, sir.
And what is this problem now? I was logging in from my mobile, the laptop, through the email ID you gave.
Yes,
and
sir.
It is refusing me. Maybe I should give a different email.
No, sir. Actually, I have set the settings like that none will be able to log in with two system. Only one system.
So because I am already using in my mobile, I am not. It's not
allowing you to do it in the laptop. So that's the issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I can also give you another Gmail ID, which now you can give permission to.
Definitely, sir. I can.
Yeah. So please note it down. Because I am already busy with all my hands.
Understood.
RVKK _
Just a second, sir. I'm just opening.
RVKK _
Yes, sir. RVKK _
physics.
I'm sorry, sir. Physics.
RVKK_physics
Okay, sir.
at tcarts.in.
PC Arts, ARTS.
ARTS. Same
Art.
one word. TCART in.
Okay, sir. I'm sending you right
In
away.
the
sir.
meantime, the PowerPoint is getting uploaded to your, I will see.
Sir, I've sent it, sir.
Yeah.
Students, we are also live on YouTube in our Sri Aurobindo Mehra Matriculation School channel. You can share it with your friends and families for the same, and you can ask them also to check out the webinar. If anybody wants to utilize the webinar, definitely they can use it through our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think now my screen is available now.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
yes,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
So now I will share my screen.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a looping issue. So you have to mute your laptop completely, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. How about now?
Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
So hope my mobile video is fine. Now I will share my screen now so that let us be ready.
Yes, sir. Before, so if you're good to
Give
go,
me permission, I
start
think.
off. Yeah. Malati ma'am, are we ready? Can we go ahead?
Yeah. Good
Yes,
morning,
sir.
Malati ma'am. Yeah.
Good
Sir,
morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
good morning to everyone present here. We will officially start with the webinar on your mark, set, and go. Let me introduce the panelists to you. As you all know, our beloved principal, Mrs. Malati J. Welcome you to this session, ma'am. And Dr. Shubhalan, the sports coordinator, who has organized this session, who had spoken to Dr. Krishnamurthy sir and arranged him for this wonderful session. Thank you, Mr. Shubhalan, for joining. And finally, the speaker for the day, okay, Dr. Krishnamurthy sir. Dr. Krishnamurthy sir
Krishna
is...
Kumar.
I'm
That's the
sorry,
slide
Krishna
correct.
Kumar. Yeah, I'm sorry. Dr. Krishna Kumar sir is a professor at Tyagaraja College of Arts and Science. Sir is in the Department of Physics, and 20 years of UG and PG teaching experience. Sir has a very rich experience to share with us all today. So 25 years of research experience. Sir has been into research of all kinds, and sir is very much into X-ray diffractions, crystal structure, field of molecular, and sir has released a lot of journals. And sir has done PhD, 3 awards, and 1 submitted, 4 in progress. So sir is a scholar throughout, a teacher and a learner throughout his life. That is wonderful to have you, sir. And we are very privileged to have you amongst us to share with us, Krishna Kumar sir. It would be a wonderful experience, I think, for the students as well as for us. So let's not delay further and we can jump into the session directly, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me share my screen. Is my screen shared?
Not yet, sir.
Yeah. Allow me to share my screen.
I have, sir. I have a lot.
Okay. Able to you?
1 second, sir. Yeah, I think it's given, sir.
Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Very much. Very much.
Please to share my screen.
Yes, sir. Allowed, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So, good morning, all of you. So, Mr. Bharat, sir,
Yes, sir.
is everything okay?
Everything.
My audio and my video?
Everything okay, sir. We're good to go.
Yeah, thank you
We're
very
good
much.
to go. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So, good morning to my dear students. Good morning, the principal of Aravind Mira Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Malati Madam, Mr. Bharat, sir,
Morning, sir.
and Dr. Sivabalan. Very good morning to all of you. So thank you for providing me with this opportunity to talk to your students. And I know Aravind Mira School is one of the top schools in the state. And I consider it a great privilege to be present here in front of all of you. And thank you very much. Now I am going to today talk to you about how to be triumphant. Victory pati pesko. In fact, we all in a way want to succeed in whatever we do, isn't it? So I know the school stands for noble principles, the founding principles of your school, Aravinda Mira School, is based on the noble principles of Sri Aurobindo and the mother. And I'm sure all your teachers and students are, take pride in being part of upholding such a noble values. So அதனால இன்னைக்கு எனக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்கிற இந்த வாய்ப்பை நான் ரொம்ப பெருமையா நினைக்கிறேன். The title I chose, probably I should say the inspiration for the title is your sports coordinator, Dr. Sivabalan. I know him, we all grew in the same neighborhood. He was a very disciplined and well-mannered boy. And today I'm very happy he is part of a big mission, which Aravind Mira educational institutions are, have taken up. So the theme will be to triumph in an extraordinary world. You have to be just extraordinary, that's all. You have to be just extraordinary. And when I say extraordinary world, and today such an extraordinary circumstance has come to us because of one a germ, I would say, a virus, that is corona. Otherwise, probably I would have been present in your beautiful auditorium in your school campus with all of you right in front of me, And okay, though I miss it, though we consider this corona outbreak as a major deback or setback, and we have converted already such a setback into an opportunity, isn't it? ஸோ அது ஒரு நம்மளோட முன்னேற்றத்துக்கு எங்க ரொம்ப பெரிய தடையா வந்துருமோ இந்த கரோனா வைரஸ் அவுட் பிரேக் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி குறிப்பா ஆசிரியர்கள், அதுல ரொம்ப முக்கியமா பெற்றோர்கள், அவங்க எல்லாரும் ரொம்ப வருத்தமா என்ன பண்ண போறோம், நாட்டோட எதிர்காலம் என்ன ஆக போகுது, குறிப்பா என்னோட குழந்தையோட எதிர்காலம் என்ன, ஸ்கூல்லாம் நடக்குமா அப்படிலாம் இல்லையா, தொழிற்சாலைகள் என்ன இயங்குமா அப்படிலாம் ரொம்ப கவலையா இருந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி நேரத்துல லக்கிலி டெக்னாலஜி ஹேஸ் கிவன் அ ஹெல்பிங் ஹேண்ட், நமக்கு கை கொடுத்து இப்போ உதவிட்டு இருக்கு. தோ வி மிஸ் சம் கஸ்டமரி experiences like looking at each one of us, faces of each one of us, but this has come handy to us right now. All of you have access to internet. So when I was a student like you, that was about 35 years ago, if such an outbreak had occurred, இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு வைரஸ் வந்திருந்தா ஒண்ணுமே பண்ணியிருக்க முடியாது. Today we have all top technology in communication. We know what is happening around in no time. The speed of lightning and the speed of light, communication reaches us, and we have achieved great milestones, particularly in the field of internet technology. So thanks to it. So let us see. Right now we are in an extraordinary situation, and we are already being extraordinary, isn't it? You are all on an ordinary day. Today is Bakri, and it would have been declared a holiday. Fine. We are working on a holiday. So coronavirus has made us already, to convert, challenges into opportunities in a way. So if I will be talking about some interesting things, mostly biographies of some eminent people, which you may not have mostly come across. நீங்க நான் பேச போறவங்களை பத்தி ரொம்ப தெரிஞ்சிருக்கலாம் உங்களுக்கு, ஆனா அது அதிகம் பேசப்படாத அந்த மாதிரி I have chosen some examples. So before I start, I will start with an extraordinary question, and I would like to know how many of you find it, oh, it's just an ordinary question. And dear students, have you ever wondered why there are only 7 days in a week? Such a simple question. ஒரு வாரத்துல 7 நாள் இருக்கு. ஏன்?
Students, உங்க answers you can type it in the question answers column and you can post it inside.
So I think now I will, if such a question were put to you by your grandfather or grandmother or your own parents, how would you have reacted? How you would have reacted? Just imagine. Why there are only 7 days in a week? 10 would have been easier to count, or multiples of 5. Okay. Why it is 7? Who decided this? On what basis it was decided? That a week should have 7 days.
Ashwin is saying because of old Egyptian calendar, it is 7 days.
Pardon? Because of
old Egyptian calendar, therefore we are following 7 days in a week.
Fine. Yeah, obviously, I'm very happy. A technical term like calendar has come up now. Very good. Yeah. So we are following a calendar because calendar is very, very essential. So unlike today, we have a watch, we have calendars to just tear every day morning and get to know what day it is. Okay. And you don't, even mobile phones have calendars. They can tell you the time and date. So life was not this easy, hundreds of years ago, isn't it? So measuring time, knowing about time. And today you were all asked to be here at 11 o'clock for this webinar. Now assume that right at midnight, stopped. Okay. And you never got to, there was nothing available for you to know time. Let us assume such a situation. What would have happened? How many of you would have come to this webinar on time? திடீர்னு நைட்டு ஒரு அதிசயம் நிகழ்ந்ததுன்னு வச்சு, எங்கேயுமே எல்லா வாட்சும் நின்றுச்சு. நேரத்தை நம்ம கணக்கு பண்றதுக்கு கணிக்கிறதுக்கு உண்டான எந்த பேப்பர் வந்தா கண்டுபிடிச்சிருவீங்க இன்னைக்கு தேதின்னு இல்லையா? அப்கோர்ஸ் நேத்து வரைக்கும் இருந்ததுனால இன்னைக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அப்படின்னு நீங்க கண்டுபிடிச்சிருப்பீங்க. பட் டைம், and many of us cannot even go out without wearing a watch, isn't it? வாட்ச் கட்டிட்டீங்களா எக்ஸாமுக்கு போறதுக்கு முன்னால இல்லையா? And I've seen almost all students who write exams, they have a watch in their wrist, or at least they remove it and keep it in front of them on the table near their answer sheets, and they want to just look at the time. And so time is very, very important. சரியான நேரத்துல வந்தீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க டாக்டர்ஸ், சொல்லுவாங்க நல்ல நேரத்துக்கு கரெக்டான நேரத்துக்கு கூட்டு வந்தீங்க பேஷண்ட். இந்த விளைவுகள் விபரீதமாய் it would have been dangerous for the patient அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. So time is very, very crucial. So calendar, fine. Calendar gives us an idea about time, but what was the basis? Egyptian calendar. Fine, we have many calendars. We have many New Years. English New Year
Mugilan is saying because of
yeah.
Yes, sir. Mugilan is saying because of 7 celestial bodies.
Excellent.
We have 7 celestial bodies.
Excellent. That's the right answer. Yeah. All these 7 days refer to a celestial body. Yes. But are there only 7 celestial bodies in the sky, you see? Fine. 7 celestial bodies is the right answer. Now let me go to my next slide. We have in our solar system so many beautiful planets. And Earth rotates on its own axis, and its axis of rotation is tilted. I am not teaching here physics. I am just giving you, I gave you an extraordinary question, and answers are coming out now beautifully, and I'm very happy about it. And similarly, all planets revolve or rotate on their own axis, respective axis, isn't it? For example, Mars, its tilt is close to that of Earth, and Venus, you see, it is 180 degree. So all of us are, in a way, we rotate anti-clockwise. But Venus rotates clockwise. That means it is 180 degree. It's upside down rotation. And then you can see Uranus and Neptune. Uranus particularly, it is the axis of rotation is almost perpendicular to that of the Earth's axis. Of course, I have included Pluto. When I was I was told there are 9 planets in the solar system. But by the time I became a teacher, started teaching physics, and the International Astronomical Union said, oh, Pluto is no more a planet. So now you all might have studied, there are only 8 planets in the solar system, isn't it? See, this is how science gets updated. So Pluto did not fit into a general definition of a planet. So it has been discarded as it has removed from the status of a planet, and it has been designated a dwarf planet. Of course, it's still a beautiful, celestial object. And these are about, this figure gives you some idea about how, the rotation of each planet looks like. Okay. Now in my next slide, this is a general, the previous slide showed you, now in the next, the rotation of, rotation axis of all planets. Now I have classified, the planets. So we see immediately on classifying, 4 planets have almost identical tilt, similar tilt, I would say. Okay, 23.5, 25, Saturn, Neptune. And what I mean to say is these 7 celestial bodies, which refer to the 7 days, they also belong to the solar system. And as I move on to my next slides, you will find something very, very interesting. Okay. Now, my next question is, why is that Sunday comes after Saturday? How does this question appears to you? Does it appear meaningful? It's an extraordinary question. Have you ever thought, why is that Monday comes after Sunday? Who said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, okay, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Why is this? How beautiful it would have been If Sundays come in a week, Sunday, Monday, okay, Tuesday, then again a Sunday, what is the basis? Why is this order? No. Cyclically, we are following. Who decided that? And a Sunday should come after Saturday, isn't it? So a right answer has made me give you another extraordinary question. So actually, this is not what I am going to talk about in all my slides. I am going to tell you some interesting stories. But before that, I thought, I should inspire you. So because our theme of you to be triumphant in an extraordinary world, you should be extraordinary. Then you should start asking extraordinary questions, isn't it? So I am asking you some extraordinary questions. I can keep asking you many extraordinary questions. You can, you can orient yourself, to a question, to put new questions, to yourself and seek answers for that. Fine. Now, as one of our boys, correctly answered, the 7 days refer to the 7 celestial bodies. Now, interestingly, if you say, yes, Saturday, obviously, is related to Saturn. Jupiter is for Thursday, okay, Mars, Tuesday, Sun, Sunday, Venus, Friday, Mercury, Wednesday, and Moon, Monday. Fine. If you look at these seven celestial objects, they are all not planets. And another thing now I want you to note, you would have observed by this time, Uranus and Neptune are missing. Instead, okay, and Sun is a star, Moon is a satellite, natural satellite of the Earth, isn't it? Now, these have been included along with 5 other planets. Then what is common about these things? They are all celestial bodies. That is a common thing. But they are all not planets. A star has been included. A natural satellite has been included. Then what else is common among all these objects? I'm sure many of the students of Aurobindo Mira must be knowing the answer. These 7 objects have a common thing. These are, though many other objects, for example, Uranus and Neptune are present in the solar system. These are the 7 objects which are visible to our unaided eyes. And if you are keen to know more about it, just get up early in the morning, right now, for another 2 months. If you get up around 5:30 up to 6 o'clock, up until the time sun rises, you can beautifully see on the eastern sky a very bright object. Today also I saw, every day morning I get to see. That is Venus. Okay. At around around 10 o'clock in the night, if you get to see a clear sky, and if you just go and stand up, go to your terrace and just look right on top of your head, you can see 2 planets. Okay, they are different. So what I mean to say is, these are only the 7 objects which are visible to the unaided eyes. Okay, sun, you get to see it every day. Okay, moon, of course, full moon day is the most sought after day. And as a child, I know, elders used to prepare, variety rices, like lemon rice, puliyogare, and then tamarind rice. Okay, and we take it to the terrace. It will be well lit on a full moon day. So we used to have fun. I think nowadays such practices are not. Such practices are not there in. So in that way, we got to see some bright objects in the sky. Now I think you should again start those such beautiful practices. Right. Now, if Uranus and Neptune had been visible to our unaided eye, okay, then the number of days in a week would have been 9. Thank God they were not visible. They are only. So if the weekdays were not to be 9, then you will get a Saturday and Sunday once in every 9 days. That would have been a bit difficult. No. Yeah. So this is what is about. And why have these objects been? Why haven't they picked up a comet? Recently, a comet visited our solar system, and I think it is no more visible. But when it was at its prime visibility, அது நல்லா தெரியும் அப்படிங்கிற சமயத்துல நமக்கு கொஞ்சம் cloudy போயிடுச்சு. So அதனால yeah. Okay. So these 7 objects, first condition, are visible to the unaided eye. The second major condition, they have a periodicity. The way they move in the sky, it is periodic. For example, if Saturn was noticed near a bright star, then again for Saturn to come to that same point near a bright star, it took 30 years. Okay. Similarly, Jupiter had a periodicity. முறையாக அதோட டயத்தை, அதோட appearance you can easily predict. Its cyclicity was there. Periodicity ன்னு சொல்லலாம். Okay. Now I will move to my next slide to tell you the period of each planet roughly. Okay. Saturn, which is referred to, we derive Saturday from Saturn, is dedicated to Saturn, 30 years. Similarly, Jupiter takes 12 years come to the same point in the, starting from a point in the sky. So our ancestors, astronomers, they always, had a reference point. A planet is always, very brightly can be seen in the sky. So near a bright star, then again for that planet to Jupiter to come to that same star, it took 12 years. Similarly, they had beautifully, measured the periodicity of each planet. So Mars too, Sun, of course, every year it comes to the, for example, to enter the first constellation, zodiac, Aries, which we call 0 point of Aries. It took exactly 1 year. That is what we follow. The solar year is our civil year also. Okay. So then Venus takes about 0.6, Mercury 0.2, and Moon 27 days. And this is the basis on which our ancestors had the planets. So more the number of years it takes to complete one revolution around, it appeared apparently around the sun, around the earth. So they, please keep it in mind. இதுக்கு வந்து solar system planets were moving around the sun அப்படிங்கறதெல்லாம் தெரியறதுக்கு முன்னாடியே இது வந்து. Apparently they observed it from the earth, the movements of the periodicity of all these planets. So for practical purposes, you can shift the origin from sun to earth, and it will not affect any of your measurements. So in physics, we say shifting the origin will not change anything. Maybe you have to redefine the coordinates. That's all. So you draw a graph in a straight line in a graph. You shift its origin anywhere. It won't affect the straight line. Maybe the coordinates only you have to redefine. For example, if you shift the origin, the coordinate 1,2 will change to -1,2 probably. Okay, it depends upon how you shift. That's all. Otherwise, the shape, the measurement remains the same. Okay, forget it. This is the rank. Okay, so given this rank, now we can easily find the answer to the second extraordinary question I had put to you. Why Sunday comes after Saturday, or Monday comes after Sunday? Quick. So earlier times, the day was measured from sunrise to the time just before the sunrise the next day. Okay, அதுதான் உங்களால இன்னைக்கு சூரிய உதயம், அடுத்த நாள் சூரிய உதயம் அந்த சமயத்துக்கு முன்னாடி வரைக்கும் தான் ஒரு டே. சூரிய உதயம் ஆரம்பிச்சிடுச்சுன்னா நெக்ஸ்ட் டே ஸ்டார்ட் ஆயிடும் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு. So for convenience, they had split, this day into 24 hours. So 12 day and 12 hours, for the day and 12 hours for the night. So I would not like to go into the details because it will consume more time, but we can have a separate discussion on that on a later occasion. So now, what I have done in this slide is I have ranked the planets and I have distributed 24
Excuse
equal.
me, sir. So sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, please.
Sir, we are not visible with the slides.
Oh,
It's not shared yet.
yeah, I am.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, excellent, sir. Yeah, participants, you can actually ask your questions in the question and answer Q&A. Do not raise your hands. We will not be able to unmute you at this point.
Your screen sharing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's visible, sir.
Is it shared now? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it is okay, sir.
Yeah. From when
From
it
the
happened?
beginning, sir. From the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yes, sir. No issues, sir. We can continue.
Oh, fine. Okay. Anyway, I'm sure you all were listening to my audio. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Now the ranking of the planets. You are sharing your screen. Yes. Right. Something is happening. It says I'm sharing.
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir. Very much visible.
That's visible. So the ranking is based on the time it takes to complete one cycle in the sky. Okay, that is what I was talking to you about. Now here we see the first day, Saturn being the topper in the rank list. Okay. In ancient times, Saturday was the first day. Okay, but now we have, for convenience, we have shifted it to Sunday, and then the office week, official week. It starts on a Monday. That's a different thing. But anyway, so I have 7 objects neatly ranked here, okay, according to the ranking. And the sunrise, time from sunrise to the next day sunrise, I have cyclically distributed it among all the planets. So the first day on Saturday, okay, the time 6 to 7, today, for example, it is a Saturday, and the sunrise time, 6 to 7 was allotted to Saturn. Then according to the ranking, 7 to 8 should belong to Jupiter, then 8 to 9 to Mars, okay, and then 9 to 10 to Sun, Venus, 11 to 12, 12 to 1. Then the sunset between 6 to 7 again comes to Mercury. If I cyclically distribute that, then come on, the next day sunrise, it happens at Sun. So this is why, and Sunday is for Sun. So this is why if I start distributing these 24 hours in a cyclic manner like this, without disturbing the periodicity, ranking, I get 6 to 7. The next day sunrise falls to Sunday. Okay. Now I will keep this ranking undisturbed. Okay. So all are equal. So one Sunday, if it starts, then the rank according to the ranking, the next guy should be Venus. The next fellow should be Mercury, and then Moon, then Saturn, Jupiter. You clearly notice this. Now I again distribute these 24 hours in a cyclic manner. And then the next day sunrise comes to 6 to 7. That belongs to Moon. That is why you have Monday after a Sunday. Okay. If I similarly do this on a Monday, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, I keep distributing these 24 hours cyclically. without disturbing the ranking here. Okay, the next day sunrise, becomes the time of Mars. That is why you have, a Tuesday coming up after a Monday. Okay, so similarly, I do it on a Tuesday. The next day sunrise happens to be that of Mercury, and the day is Wednesday. Similarly, if I start with Mercury on a Wednesday, the next day sunrise comes to Jupiter. So it is cyclic. So this is the beautiful order. And to do this, you don't have to know any astronomy. You do observational astronomy. That's you don't have to know. Oh, it is based on geocentric. It is heliocentric. Nothing of those sorts. Okay, and all these things were done by our ancestors much before the time of Copernicus, Kepler, Newton, and this is an universally accepted week system. And all through the world, New Years are celebrated on different dates. Okay, January 1st is English New Year. Tamil New Year falls on a different date. Telugu New Year falls on a different date. Chinese follow a different calendar, and then Arabs follow a different calendar. But everyone agrees. Yeah, a Sunday is a Sunday everywhere. A Monday is a Monday everywhere. So this is the fundamental basis of our calendar. So I got right answers. One boy beautifully said it is calendar. Yeah, it constitutes the fundamental basis for any calendar for that matter. Let it be Chinese or Indian or Telugu or Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Arab. So this is the fundamental basis. And today, and hereafter, if யாராவது உங்கள்கிட்ட கேட்டாங்கன்னா அது ஏன்பா வாரத்துக்கு 7 நாள் தான் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, it is. Do you think, how many of you think it was, maybe you thought when I put that question to you, it was not that sensible, isn't it? But yet I am happy, ஒரு பசங்க சில பேர், makes sense அப்படின்னு சொல்லி they try to answer that. And then we now see, அதனால இனிமே தாத்தாவோ பாட்டியோ ஏன்பா ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமைக்கு அப்புறம் இப்படி யாரும் கேட்டிருக்க மாட்டாங்க. Yeah, such a question I don't think anybody had put to you. And I'm sure now you know. And இனிமே டெய்லி நீங்க கேலண்டரை கிளிக்கும் பொழுது you have the right to hear the daily calendar because you know what it is. அதனால அம்மாவோ அப்பாவோ கேலண்டரை வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க. உங்களுக்கு தெரியுமா அது இன்னைக்கு ஏன் இன்னைக்கு ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமை சனிக்கிழமைன்னு தெரியுமா உங்களுக்கு? அது ஏன் வெள்ளிக்கிழமைக்கு அப்புறம் வந்திருக்குன்னு தெரியுமா உங்களுக்கு? தெரியாத வேலையை நீங்க செய்யாதீங்க. அதை நான் பார்த்துக்கிறேன், நீங்க தான் போய் கிடைக்கும். Okay, so we began with an extraordinary, not a very usual question, I think, and we have found something very interesting, I am sure, isn't it? This is how. Now I will put to you more questions like, why all credit cards are of the same size and shape? ICICI Bank ஒரு மாதிரி லோனுக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் சொல்றாங்க இல்லையா? SBI ஸ்டேட் பேங்க்ல ஒரு மாதிரி சொல்றாங்க. There are hundreds of banks. They say we are the best. Okay, we give you best service. Our loan interest rates are very less. We give you loans to buy homes. அப்படி இப்படிலாம் சொல்றாங்க. But everybody has stuck to one thing. They all have one thing in common. All their credit cards, debit cards, any bank, they are all of the same size and shape. Have you ever wondered why? This is an extraordinary question. Okay? There is some basis for it. I will give you a clue. It is in the shape of a rectangle. Nobody chooses to have it as a disc, like a compact disc, or like a equilateral triangle or anything like that, isn't it? So it is a beautiful disc, a beautiful rectangle. It's a golden rectangle. So I will give you that clue. I'm sure many of you will be able to now find the exact the basis behind mathematical basis behind such a decision for all the banks to come. They have come on a universal standard. That standard is based on something called golden ratio. So let me go ahead with we will come. I'm sure many of you might have heard about this man, Usain Bolt. He is from a nation called Jamaica. Okay? Jamaica is a nation from where I have some time, I can proceed. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You can very well proceed, sir. No issues.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So he hails from a nation called Jamaica. And that is only 1/10 of the size of Tamil Nadu. Okay, Tamil Nadu ulla 10 தான். And the population is only 1/25 of approximately of the population of Tamil Nadu. And he hails from a very humble background. He is the fastest man in the world. He clocked 9.58 seconds, to cover the 100 meters in Olympics. In a 100-meter race, sprint in 100 meters. He is a sprinter. 9.58 seconds. This record is yet to be broken. He is known as the fastest man in the world. And his father could not afford his education initially. However, this boy was, showing his talent. அக்கம் பக்கத்துல நெய்பர்ஹுட்ல இப்போ நம்ம எல்லாம் பொங்கல் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் அது இதுன்னு ஒரு ஃபெஸ்டிவல்னா ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் டேலண்ட் காம்படிஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்றோம் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணும்பொழுது the neighborhood first notices that this boy runs like a cheetah. He is faster than a cheetah. அப்படின்னு they notice. And then some of the neighbors, good-hearted people, they say, oh, you should be put in a school. இவரை நீங்க ஸ்கூலுக்கு அனுப்பணும், இவனோட திறமைகள் வெளியில வரணும்னா இவனை ஸ்கூலுக்கு நீங்க அனுப்பியே ஆகணும். அப்ப அவர் ஸ்கூலுக்கு போறாரு. போன உடனே அங்க ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் கோஆர்டினேட், பிசிக்கல் எஜுகேஷன் டைரக்டர், he sees him. Oh, he has got talent. He has to be nurtured. His talent should be nurtured. I will take care of him. Solli, he is admitted in a school. The teachers take care of him, and finally, school level competitions, then state level competitions, just like how we have different tiers of levels of competitions. He keeps participating and starts winning medals. And then finally, what happened? I told you all I was going to be number 1, and I did just that. Olympic gold medal வாங்கின உடனே அவரு சொன்னார், பத்திரிகையாளர்கள் எல்லாம் கூப்பிட்டு அவரை இன்டர்வியூ பண்ணும் பொழுது, என்ன ஆமா நான் சொன்னேன் I will be number 1, அதான் செஞ்சேன் அப்படின்னு இருக்காரு. So a man who initially, boy who could have very well missed out on school, had he missed out on going to school, I don't know, maybe he may not have got to achieve such great feat in his life, isn't it? Here is a man, quickly I am telling you. So his life is very inspiring. So what I want you to tell is, I want every one of you, I know you are all very talented, not necessarily in 100-meter sprints, in fields of your own choice. நீங்க விருப்பப்படக்கூடிய அதே துறைகள், அதே fieldsல, you should tell, I told you all I was going to be number 1, and I did just that. அப்படின்னு நீங்களும் சொல்லலாம், உங்கள்கிட்டயும் அதுக்கு உண்டான திறமைகள் இல்லையா? So பின்னால various fields are there, we will see. And then let us quickly have a look at this man, Johnny Peacock. He lost his leg when he was just 5 years old. He cannot participate in a general Olympics because there is a different competition called Paralympics. Adila participate panni 100 meters, he clocks 10.81 seconds. Amazing. Yeah, 9.58. But with an artificial leg, you can see just how his leg has been replaced. So he clocks 10.81 seconds. Who told him to run? He has lost his leg. And just think about the role his parents would have played. And it is just not enough. பெற்றோர்கள் உற்சாகப்படுத்துறது ஒரு பக்கம் இருக்கு, இன்னொரு பக்கம் சாதிக்கணுங்கிறது அவருக்குள்ளேயும் இருக்க போய் தானே அவங்களோட உற்சாகமும் சேர்ந்து. He had என்ன சொல்றது, இங்கிலீஷ்ல சொல்லும் பொழுது fire in his belly. He had fire in his belly அப்படின்னா, நம்ம தமிழாக்கம் அதை எக்ஸாக்டா பண்ணா வயிறுல தீனா வயிறு எரியுது, இந்த மாதிரி கிடையாது. Fire in the belly. You all have, as students of a beautiful institution, school, you all have the உற்சாகப்படுத்துறதுக்கு பேரண்ட்ஸ் இருக்காங்க, டீச்சர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க. You can do it. So see, and then look at this man. He is blind. He lost his vision when he was young due to a disease called the Stargardt's disease. He clocks in that same Paralympics. there are various categories. இவரும் அதுல blind, he is visually differently able, visually challenged. He clocks 10.43 seconds, just to 1 second less than 9.58. So less than 1 second less. Okay, that is one. Who told him, oh, you are blind, you are not, you are not capable of achieving? யாராவது சொன்னாங்களா? இல்ல. So இவரையும் பார்த்தா எனக்கு ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியமா இருக்கு. How could he do that? எப்படி இவரால சாதிக்க முடிஞ்சது அப்படின்னு நினைச்சா ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியமா இருக்கு. And then you must be knowing this man, Roger Federer. Yeah. So obviously he says, no, there is no way around hard work. Embrace it. I have tried the indirect I have made a approximate translation in Tamil. கடின உழைப்பை தவிர்க்க வழியே இல்லை, அதை அரவணைத்து விடுங்கள். ஸோ கட்டிப்பிடிச்சிக்கங்க. ஜஸ்ட் லைக் யுவர் ஃப்ரெண்ட். ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்டு ரொம்ப நாளா பாத்தீங்கன்னா, டே அப்படின்னு தோல்ல கை போடுறீங்களே, போட்டு அப்படி பேட் பண்றீங்க. அதே மாதிரி வீட்டுக்கு போனீங்கன்னா அப்பா சில சமயங்கள்ல நீங்க நல்லா பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிட்டு போனீங்கன்னா அப்படி தோல்ல தட்டுவார் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி. ஸோ you don't have to get scared. கடின உழைப்பை தவிர்க்க வழியே இல்லைன்னா நீங்க மாட்டிக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா உங்க அப்பா அம்மாவை தவிர்க்க முடியுமா உங்களால? அவங்க உங்களை அரவணைக்கிறாங்கல்ல. Yeah. So develop a kind of relationship with hard work, such a beautiful relationship that you will embrace it. Just yeah. So amazing man, the most number of Grand Slams he has got. And when I was a boy like you, I only know McEnroe, John McEnroe. இன்னைக்கு நீங்க கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்களான்னு தெரியல. ஸ்டீஃபான் எட்பர், போரிஸ் பெக்கர், அவங்கெல்லாம் இப்போ கோச்சஸ் ஆயிட்டாங்க. அவங்கெல்லாம் they were known as great players. யான் போர்க்னு ஒருத்தர் இருப்பாரு. அவங்க வச்சு சாதனிச்ச சாதனைகள் எல்லாம் இவர் முறியடிச்சிருக்காரு. Again, this man, I am a fan of him. Okay, so what he says, I learned during my career to enjoy suffering. அவர் எதை மீன் பண்றாரு? ஐயோ நீங்க துன்பத்தை அப்படியே ஜாலியா, அப்படி கிடையாது. அதுக்கு I have done a Tamil translation. வெற்றி அடைய வேண்டும் என்றால் கடின உழைப்பை மகிழ்ச்சியுடன் ஏற்றுக்கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்பதே நான் கற்றுக்கொண்ட பாடம். So he is known as the king of clay. So amazing man. And tennis is one sport where there are no room for any luck at all, I would say. 99.9999% it is your talent, your toughness, your mental toughness, your physical toughness, everything matters. Okay, yes. And then he is an Indian, Devendra Jajaria. As a boy, while he was climbing a tree, he lost his right leg. He touched the live wire, electric wire. கைப்பட்டு டாக்டர்ஸ் பார்த்துருக்காங்க, ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் அட்மிட் இல்லை, tissues badly, the shock will burn your tissues, isn't it? Ampute பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும், அந்த இல்லாட்டி உயிர் பிழைக்கிறது கஷ்டம்னு சொன்ன உடனே, but this man manages to participate in the Paralympics and gets a gold, javelin thrower. What is that? Belly in the fire, fire in the belly. Okay, then he is our man, from Tamil Nadu, Mariyappan Thangavelu. குடிபோதையில பஸ் ஓட்டிட்டு வந்த ஒரு வண்டி இவர் மேல ஸ்கூலுக்கு போயிட்டு இருக்கிறப்ப இவரை மேல ஏறி அவர் கால் ரெண்டையும் இழந்தது. Legs get crushed below the knee. This man is a high jumper. He has got a goal. What is this? What is common in all of these achievers whom we had seen so far? Dream. They all had a dream. And we know he's the greatest man. I would call him a Mahatma, greatly influenced by the Gandhian thoughts. Mahatma Gandhi, adu mattum illama thanu from a humble background. We know everyone should read his life, from Rameshwaram to New Delhi as president of the nation. So so everybody we so far the examples we saw, they all had a dream. என்ன சார் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸா தான் காமிச்சிருக்கீங்க, அப்ப வேற ஃபீல்ட் இல்லையா? இருக்கு. Dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that does not let you sleep. Keep it in mind. உங்க பெற்றோர்கள் நீங்க பிறக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடியே உங்களுக்காக கனவு காண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. Your parents, They have a dream for you. They have dreamt of it. How my child should be. Yeah. அதை விட பெரிய விஷயம் என்ன இருக்க முடியும் இல்லையா? எப்படி ஒரு படிக்க நல்ல கல்வி கொடுக்கணும், அவர் திறமைகளை நம்ம வெளிப்படுத்துவதற்கு வாய்ப்புகளை ஏற்படுத்தி அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல பள்ளியில நல்ல கல்வி கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு அவங்க முயற்சி பண்ணி அவங்க கனவுகளை நனவாக்குறதுக்கு தான் இப்ப நீங்க இன்னைக்கு இந்த வெபினார் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்க. எஸ், ஓகே. அண்ட் தென் some of his books which is a must read. இதுல இங்கிலீஷ்ல இருக்கேன்னு நீங்க பயப்பட வேண்டாம். அவருக்கும் தமிழ் மொழி தான் தாய்மொழி. அவர் இங்கிலீஷ் ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா இருக்கும். If you find it difficult, you may ask to take help from your teachers or your parents to read certain passages from them, but it may not be required. My journey, transforming dreams into actions, learning how to fly. உயர பறக்கிறது எப்படி? உயர பறக்கிறதுனா நம்ம செயல்பாடுகளிலும் சிந்தனைகளாலும் வெற்றி நம்ம அச்சீவ்மெண்ட்ஸ் தான். That is what he means. And then turning points, a journey through challenges. தடைகளுக்கிடையே ஒரு பயணம் இல்லையா? இப்ப நம்ம அதான் செஞ்சுட்டு இருக்கோம். The whole world is doing it, trying to do it. Corona has come as a challenge, and we are all continuing our journey in spite of that. Pathways to greatness. And finally, People's President. It was edited by Satyam Rai Chaudhary. He was an educationist in the northern part of India. Fine. I would just like to show you all these things. Now let us come to some prominent dream. Na evlo mukkiyam அப்படிங்கறதை யார் சொல்றாங்க? நமக்கு நம்ம துனி சொல்றாரு. If you don't really have a dream, you can't really push yourself. You don't really know what the target is. Okay, what the target is. அத ரஃபா நீங்க தமிழாக்கம் பண்ணீங்கன்னா, வாழ்க்கையில் உங்களுக்கென ஒரு கனவு இல்லை என்றால் முன்னேறுவது கடினம். எதை சாதிக்க வேண்டும் என்று தெரியாமலே போய் இதுதான் நடக்குது பெரும்பாலான அவங்களோட வாழ்க்கை. நல்ல திறமைகள் இருக்கும், ஆனா கனவு ஒரு என்ன பண்ணணும்னு தெரியாமையே நிறைய. அதுக்கப்புறம் நமக்கு ரொம்ப தெரிஞ்சவர் 2007ல 2020 in these 13 years, okay, he had shown, he has proven he is 2 times faster than Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, he also speaks about dream. Okay, so in a Twitter posting in celebration of his 11 years in cricket, he says he thanks God, blessings God has showered me with. அதுக்கப்புறம் சொல்றா இருப்பாங்க, may you all get the strength and power to follow your dreams and always follow the right path. So Polian சொல்றாரு dream பத்தி. Again, a well-known personality. Your dreams are what define your individuality. They have the power to give you wings and make you fly back. So unanimous. Now I have given you so far, I think, all the examples. They talk about dreams. Abdul Kalam Ayya talks about a dream. So I think that this is the right age. Better late than never. It's the right age. You can start, thinking about a dream and then working towards it. And you have beautiful teachers. And I was speaking to your principal yesterday. She was very kind. And Bharat sir was very, kind, and he updated me, apprised me with the kind of infrastructure available in your school. And the way he coordinated all, continuous, consistently speaking with me. So I think you have everything. You have everything at home. Needless to say, உங்களுக்கு வீட்டுல எல்லாமே இருக்கு, அதை பத்தி பிரச்சனை இல்லை. வெளியிலயும் உங்களுக்கு இருக்கு இல்லையா? கல்வி நிலையத்திலையும் உங்களுக்கு. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் நீங்க நிறைய பேர் இதெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். மேபி ஃப்ளாரன்ஸ் நைட்டிங்கேல் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். நெல்சன் மண்டேலா spent 27 full years in prison for the sake of getting freedom for his people. ஸோ நெல்சன் மண்டேலாட்ட போய் நீங்க வெளியில போய் சுதந்திரத்துக்காக போராட மாட்டேன்னு மாத்திரம் ஒரு வார்த்தை எங்களுக்கு எழுதி கொடுங்க. You just give it in writing that you will not, speak about freedom. We will release you. நாங்க நோ அப்படிங்கிற அவர் நினைச்சிருந்தாருன்னா அப்படியே. ஆமா, அதுல he was sent to a prison. நம்ம அந்தமான்ல prison இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு ஐலண்ட்ல he was confined in a small room, no facility for water, and he was made to do hard work. அந்த மாதிரி initial 18 years was hell for him, but he never gave up. Okay, Nelson Mandela. And he says in his biography, he is deeply influenced by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, and Sir C.V. Raman, Baba, Homi Baba, Abdul Kalam, Suniti Salaman. There are some names which I quickly pick up, how they were, and what they did to our nation, and to also how they serve the society. What are the good qualities? And Greta Thunberg, a climate activist, and Netra Mohan, she's from Madurai, and you must have heard about her. If not, go to Google and search Netra Mohan. She has become a very prominent person. And this is about Rukma Bai, a woman who was, in those days, child marriage was, was an evil of the society. She got married at a young age she was married when she was around 10 years old, and she wanted to study. She wanted to go to school and study. So the husband, he says, no, you can't study. You have been married to me. Come home, be a housewife. You take care of the home. No. Then the husband approaches the court. And what I want to tell you here is, Google has dedicated a doodle in celebration of her 153rd birthday. And Google is a search giant. Google page putting and the Google over doodle on the So then I got intrigued. I got some very useful, inspiring information. So the husband goes to court. The court says, yes, she has been married to at a very young age. And the judge. But the husband, see how cunning he is. He approaches the higher court. He says, no, she has to live with me. We have, she has got money. Proof lang undu be kudukra. See, child marriage is a custom in your, it's a practice. Since time in ancient practice. There is no law forbidding it. அது தவறு என்று சொல்லுவதற்கு இதுவரை இங்கே எந்த சட்டமும் இயற்றப்படவில்லை. சோ இதற்கு முன்னுதாரணம் ஏதும் இல்லை. சோ சட்டம் இல்லாத பட்சத்துல நாங்க இந்த கல்யாணத்தை செல்லாது என்று சொல்ல முடியாது. அப்போ நான் அப்படி கணவனோட வாழ முடியாது, தொடர்ந்து படிக்கணும்னா என்ன செய்யணும்? இந்த 3 மாசம் சிறை தண்டனை அனுபவிக்கணும். அப்போ what this Rukma Bai said? Okay, I will undergo imprisonment. 3 months அப்புறம் நீ விட்டுருவீங்கல்ல, அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் படிக்கலாம்ல அப்படின்னு. The judges were stunned. Then the court must the matter to be resolved, and it helped her to so her life became a trendsetter. Then people thought, சட்டமே இல்ல, புதிய சட்டங்கள் இயற்றப்பட வேண்டிய சமயம் வந்துடுச்சு அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. So the kind of impact she had, so she forced the legislators to reconsider laws on the status of girls. And she becomes a doctor. And how she treated elderly woman patient who came to her with a bad condition in her abdomen. The Indian Medical Gazette she had published. Okay. And there is a movie done on her life, which was released in 2016. I think it is a must see for all of you. I think now you have plenty of time. You need not put a school bus, come to school. You have plenty of time available now. So maybe you can make time to read, know about certain stuff. And then she is a woman who is known as, if she is the reason your sugar tastes sweeter. She is known as the sugar cane woman. So she is the first woman PhD in botany. And she was also, when she graduated from Queen Mary's College, Chennai, her parents decided to give her in marriage. படிப்பு முடிஞ்சதுமா போதும், கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்கலாம். He said, no, I want to pursue my higher studies. I am only a graduate. I want to. அப்படின்னா அவங்க வீட்டுல இல்ல கல்யாணம் பண்ண. She refused. She taught at Women's Christian College also in Chennai. Then she takes up a scholarship. She goes to University of Michigan and she gets a PhD, comes back to India, okay, where she worked in Coimbatore, sugar cane breeding station. It is where she did some remarkable work. Sugar factories. The native sugar cane of our country, our region, had a less sweet. So obviously the sugar yield from such sugar cane is not very profitable for the farmers. So we were importing sugar from South Asian countries, particularly from Papua New Guinea. So on the region like Thailand and the particular South Asian region, the sugar cane was more sweeter. So that means more yield of sugar. Only if sugar cane gives you taste, sweet, you will like to eat it. Then more sugar can be harvested from it, isn't it? Then she thought, oh, here is a problem for sugarcane farmers. They are not taking up sugarcane cultivation because it is not profitable, because it is less sweet. So what she does is she does some meticulous research. And the அதிக ஸ்வீட்டா இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த breed, அந்த varieties எல்லாம் வச்சு நம்ம வெரைட்டியும் வச்சு she does a hybrid, which turns out to be much better than any of the sugarcane varieties seen in the South Asian regions. Okay? So there she faces some gender discrimination. So ரொம்ப crucial research அது இல்லையா? நம்ம சமூகத்துல இன்னைக்கு ஜீனியும் உப்பும் இல்லாத நம்ம இது பண்ண முடியாது இல்லையா? அதனால sugar is an essential ingredient in many of tea. So then she says, okay, this is not the place for me. At that time when she was facing gender discrimination, என்ன இருந்தாலும் நீங்க பொண்ணு தானே, பொம்பளை தானே நீங்க அப்படின்லாம் அவங்களோட seniors. Because obviously when somebody younger to you is meritorious, maybe the heart doesn't like it. For some people, we are not like that. So she was invited to Royal Horticulture Society, London. Anga poi she takes up a appointment position. She does enormous work on flowers, classification of plants, so many other things. Then finally, Jawaharlal Nehru, when India became independent, he has heard about he had heard about her expertise in botany. Jawaharlal Nehru invites her to come to India to head the Botanical Survey of India. Finally, the work she did when she was in London got her great rewards. In fact, she would not have had she chosen to கோயம்புத்தூர்லயே இருந்திருந்தா எவ்வளவு பெரிய பெருமை உங்களுக்கு வந்திருக்குமான்னு தெரியாது. ஒரு பூவுக்கே பேரு அந்த அம்மாள் பேரு ஜானகி அம்மாள். இந்த பூ is known as Magnolia cobus Janaki Amma. This flower is named after her. So how it's very inspiring. She had to resist the age-old practice of getting women married immediately after their some preliminary education. Adala idu panni she faces the gender discrimination, breaks that, and keeps focused irukanga. She keeps working hard, and she never allowed her mind to get away from what she wanted to do. So, and finally, recently in 2018, Hindu had an article on her. So it is very important that you will also look for such articles in newspapers or magazines. The first Indian woman botanist ought to be more widely known for her huge contribution to science. So avangala innum nalla ellarukkum therinjirukkom. But unfortunately, she is not that much known outside the science. She is another woman, Annamani. Please make a note of it. I will highlight only one thing. She is a student of Dr. Sir C.V. Raman. Immediately after her BSc from Pachayappa's College in Chennai, she goes and joins Sir C.V. Raman as a student. She carries out excellent work there, and she submits her thesis for award. Appalla Bangalore University, Chennai University, Madras University, for the whole of southern region. Then you had an university in Kolkata. Then you should go to only Bombay, University of Bombay. So not much universities were there. Though she was in Bangalore, working with C.V. Raman. She had to submit her PhD thesis to University of Madras. University of Madras simply rejected it. You know the reason? Oh, you are only a BSc. To submit a PhD, you should have an MSc. Since you don't have an MSc, we cannot award you PhD. Again, she is a woman of courage. I also did my PhD. I worked for 6 years and then submitted a thesis. If had it got rejected, I don't know what I would have done to myself. I would have got dejected, isn't it? She never, okay, fine, I did good work. After all, you say, you cannot recognize it, don't mind. She goes to Imperial College London to take up a position, comes back to India on the invitation of Jawaharlal Nehru, and then becomes the first Director General of the Indian Meteorological Department. I want you to explore more about her. There is a separate YouTube 30 minutes video on her life. Okay, it is worth watching. Then this is a lady. She had her birthday just day before yesterday, and India Post honored her with a news, postal cover with her photo, inscribed on it. She's none other than Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy. So the postal department honored her, on the eve of her birth centenary. She is a remarkable woman. So for want of time, I will skip. You should, again search the internet for some beautiful content regarding her. And Google again celebrated her 133rd birth anniversary, with a doodle. Okay, so that is, she is another woman. Mostly I am telling you, about stories from the life of women, because it was easy for men to achieve. For example, Sir C.V. Raman could become a Sir C.V. Raman. We don't know how many women scientists we missed out because lack of opportunities, lack of maybe some challenges they had to face. Probably they had compromised. She is Asima Chatterjee. Again, I want you to, because I think I'm running out of time. So I had time only up to 12. I will quickly finish. So Google again honored her. She is Suniti Solomon, the first woman to work on the virus, HIV virus. Okay? And the Lancet, a leading international medical journal, honored her with an article about her, on her birthday. A key role in alerting India. Information about now also we know the coronavirus started elsewhere in a region in China, and it spread. It is very infectious. It spread so quickly. HIV was also an infectious disease. So people had no idea about how infectious it is, how one could control it, so many other things. So she took up that challenge and she worked. Even her husband discouraged her. Why are you getting into something very dangerous? Was her reaction? Was his reaction? You are a doctor. Just do your work and come back home. She didn't give up. Okay, she worked, and in a way, it is her work that alerted India, particularly Tamil Nadu. From now today we have many programs. We have control. It is only an epidemic. It didn't turn out to be a pandemic like Corona. And now here is a girl. I'm sure you might have heard about her. I am Malala. So when she was born, nobody congratulated her father, because in her region, giving birth to a woman, and many came to her mother saying, "Ayyo, pavamani, போய் ஒரு பொண்ணுக்கு போய் பொன் குழந்தைய போய் பெத்தெடுத்துட்டியம்மா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிருக்காங்க." But finally, it turned out to be, இதுல நல்லா பார்க்கணும். I was a girl in a land where rifles are fired in celebration of a son, while daughters are hidden away behind a curtain. The role in life simply to prepare food and give birth to children. Okay, so this is next up, the first paragraph from this book, I Am Malala. It is a must read. Okay, it's a must read. And later she roses. She converted every challenge that came her way. And while she was returning home from school, the Taliban, known for the terrorist strikes, they tried to kill her. A bullet, pierced through her head. She survived. Okay, she survived. So why the Taliban shot her? Why it wanted to kill her? Because she was, keen on. She was, spreading the importance of, educating girl children. Education for girl children. I mean, neighborhood she was propagating, and which the Taliban didn't like. She never gave up. She was shot in the head with the bullet. She survived. This is the Nobel Prize she is holding in her hands. She was awarded the Nobel Prize for Peace in 2014 for her, commitment, for her passion. So she was born, and it says her father could not even. My father didn't have any money for the hospital or for a midwife, so a neighbor helped at my birth. So such was her humble condition. Okay? He rose to greater heights. Okay. So far we saw about many examples. What is that, what are those qualities that make these people so great? Perseverance, விடாமுயற்சி. ஒன்றும் கஷ்டம் இல்லையே, நீங்களும் பண்ணலாம். இதுல நான் சொல்லியிருக்கிற இந்த குவாலிட்டிஸ், இது இன்னும் நிறைய குவாலிட்டிஸ் இருக்கு. ஜஸ்ட் ஹேண்ட் பிக் ஃபியூ. கரேஜ், தைரியம் ஏன் இருக்கலாமே. தைரியமா படிக்கிறது கஷ்டமா? ஒன்றும் கஷ்டமே இல்லை இல்லையா? Sincerity, you are expected to be sincere, be prompt in attending classes, in attending to your, helping your mother or father. Simplicity, எளிமை, beautiful, கடமை உணர்ச்சி இல்லையா? இன்னைக்கு அதனாலதான் you are all beautiful. These are all qualities which are there already in you. Then why can't you become, you will be triumphant. Oh, you will be triumphant. You will be successful, isn't it? It is that. No. Self-acceptance, yes. Malala knows, yeah, I was born in a humble background. She accepts. Then she pushes her. She fights. And then finally, I have a question. Do you have a dream? What is it? You did not tell me. Okay. Do you have a dream? Or at least have, the courage. தைரியமா போய் இப்ப அம்மாட்ட கேளுங்க. அம்மா, எனக்காக என்னம்மா கனவு வச்சிருக்கீங்க நீங்க அப்படின்னு கேட்க கேளுங்க. அப்பாட்ட கேளுங்க, அண்ணன் இருந்தா அண்ணன்ட்ட கேளுங்க. போதும், வீட்டுக்குள்ள கேட்டா போதும். இல்ல டீச்சர்கிட்ட கேட்கலாம்னா, டீச்சர், you think I can have a dream like this? கேளுங்க. Now the final question I will put to you is, now do you have a dream? The examples we saw, they all had a dream. They all worked hard. They all embraced hard work. They were good. They were concerned. They were sacrificed, service-minded, patience, compassion, compassion, leadership. முன்னின்று செய்யறது, தலைமை பண்புன்னு சொல்றோம். Awareness, விழிப்புணர்வு, இது எல்லாமே உங்கள்ட்ட இருக்கே. So I think there is nothing you lack to be successful in life, isn't it? So with that and with this question, okay, and I thank you all of you. Now I think it is time to interact. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. That was really wonderful. I think this 1 hour passed like a minute. And to put it in a nutshell, I think students would have understood in a very better way. And so now over to the students. Any student has any question, okay, any question that you would want to like to ask to sir or to the panelists, you can put forth the questions and we'll be able to answer.
Question and
so,
answer.
Yes, sir. Before we get the question and answer session,
one boy has replied, multiples of 7 is easy to calculate. He is a mathematician. So for me, I always wanted, whenever in a school, elementary school, for my elementary school teachers. So we were asked to by Vaidegi teacher. She was our. So வாய்ப்பாடு சொல்லணும். வாய்ப்பாடு வரும் ஒருத்தனுக்கு. For 5 or 10. So 7, I think, and once 7 came to, we found it very difficult to recite during those times. So that is good. Multiples of 7. Okay. Okay, good. I see many responses. Now I think you should allow screen. Maybe they may like it. Whatever way you think is.
Okay, sir. Okay. Any students would like to speak? Mohammed Irfan. I've asked you to unmute yourself, Mohammed Irfan. You can ask any question that you would like to. You've raised your hand. Yeah. Mohammed Irfan?
Sir.
Yes, Mohammed Irfan. You can ask any question that you would like.
Sir, nothing, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mohammed. To summarize with the complete session, I think students இன்னும் நல்லா புரியறதுக்காக நான் சொல்றது என்னன்னா, we teachers, sir is also a professor, so sir வந்து எப்பவுமே அந்த டச் வச்சிருக்காங்க. A lot of examples to quote. எல்லா achievements க்கு பின்னாடியும் they were talking about a teacher. We are all there to give you that privilege. Okay, we are here to provide you with that. So when we are providing you that kind of a scenario here, it is your bound duty to take it up and use it the right way. I think principal will also agree to it. நாங்க எல்லாமே உங்களுக்கு ஒரே பிளேட்ல வச்சு கொடுக்குறோம். Be it anything, your leadership qualities, whatever you ask for, everything is being provided in the school. But our only request to all the students is take what is for you, use it wisely and achieve in your life. That is what we wanted to. Later, we wanted to tell our upcoming students that he was one of a student who has achieved in this platform. It gives us a lot of privilege. It gives us a lot of motivation to tell our young ones or the future leaders to give an example of you. And I would also wish sir had shown a lot of names, right? A lot of names who had achieved. But I would say I would also like to see one of or all of your names in that list in the near future. That is our only motto, okay, to have this session. So motivate yourself. Nevertheless, it is late. Start working onto it, and definitely please start training. Principal ma'am, anything from your side?
Sir, I would like to extend my sincere thanks and gratitude to the speaker. Sir, I really like the way you started. You took us to the space. I was wondering, like, is it going to be again a physics class? But then the kind of modulation that you brought in, we almost got awestruck, and it was really, really, really interesting. And once again, you know, we have actually got the insight of never ever think, you know, the astrology or whatever it is something that is only for namesake. There's some science hidden behind, and there is a lot of things that children have to experience, explore, and find out. So we are so honored to have you here with us. Thank you so much. Our children have also learned a lot from you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. So with this, I think there are no more questions to be answered and everything has come to a close. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation and
Thank
joining
you,
us.
Mr. Bharat, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It was wonderful having you here, sir. It was a great privilege for us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shobhalan, sir, for attending the session, and Malati ma'am. And all the students, congratulations to you all for attending this webinar, and hope this webinar would be useful for you, and we would love you to, you know, get motivated and start using this in your life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shivabalan.
Thank you, sir.